are gearing up for that time of year, you're getting ready to homeschool, you may have some anxiety and you may be a little bit afraid, not sure what to do or which direction to take, this video is for you. Hey family, welcome back. My name is Kiana Thomas, homeschooling mother of 6, but most importantly, your guide on this homeschooling journey. So today, I want to talk to you about getting ready for your homeschool year and why it is so important. I have created a homeschool master plan, and I am just going to go through with you step by step on my ideas and my thoughts and how I've done it in the past. What I want you to remember and understand that everybody's journey is different. So it is okay if your journey and your plan doesn't look like mine. These are all just suggestions. Take what you need and what you want and leave the rest. So let's jump in. I'm going to just first read along like all the different steps of what the plan includes, and then I am going to break each step down and talk about what we've included and what we've put on each step. So the first thing I like to do is start with 3 to 5 goals for the year. Then what do we plan on doing daily before 10 a.m.? Then 3 to 5 activities to do around 10 a.m. So daily, what do we do before 10 a.m.? 3 to 5 activities to do together at 10 a.m. 1 to 3 activities daily in the afternoon, a learning loop. So we do 1 hour learning loops. And again, I'm just going to read through it and then I'll walk you through each step and explain what that looks like for us and some ways that you can implement it within your own journey. Monthly, what are we working on monthly, or what are we going to do monthly? Independent work, read-alouds for the year, and then other tools that we will use in our homeschool. So let's start off with the 3 to 5 goals for the year. Why is this so important? It's going to anchor you. It's going to keep you focused, and it's going to help you plan everything else around your goals. It's going to help you accomplish. Once you identify what your goals are, then everything else goes under that, and it will help you accomplish your goals. I recommend that you create your goals with your family. Sit down together with your family, have a conversation on what the expectation is for the homeschool year. What is it that everyone expects to get out of it for the homeschool year, and just their goals and dreams. What do they want to happen for their homeschool? It is really important to get your children to buy in to the homeschool journey. Unlike traditional school, you as the parent now have to play the role of the teacher. And so they are going to act differently and react differently to you as the parent as they would an outside teacher. As a result, things are going to have to look a whole lot different. You're going to have to do it different than what's been done in school, and a way to help everyone, including yourself, and saving your sanity and just having a more productive day is to make sure the kids buy in. If you have a spouse and you're married, you're not homeschooling independently, it's important for your spouse to buy in, your significant other, so that their goals are shared within the plan and you guys are all on the same page. I cannot stress the importance, because you're going to already have a lot on your plate. The last thing you need to do is to fight with your spouse or significant other about something as simple as rules or guidelines or expectations for school. So make sure that everyone is in agreement and on the same page. So these are our goals. Again, this is our personal journey. You can take, if any of this resonates with you, you like what you hear, feel free to use it. Feel free to borrow it and use it and adjust it for yourself. So our 3 to 5 goals, and we did 5. If you want to start off with 3, that is perfectly fine. Here are our 5 goals. Publish a book by the end of the year. Establish and put $20 a month in our investment portfolios. Make a new recipe once a week and add it to our recipe book. Travel to a different state every quarter. And participate in community service projects monthly. So those were our top 5 goals for the year. Now, this is what we broke down for what we're going to do for each step. So daily before 10. So this is between 8 and 10, 7 and 10, however, whatever time that you get up. But for us, I like to get started early in the day. I'm more productive during that time, and I get the kids up and we get started. So daily Bible activities and Bible reading, chores, review goals in their planner, and then book of virtues. So there's a book, I'll put it here. It's called the Book of Virtues. It is kind of elementary, so it's a younger book. However, the concept in it can be reframed and adjusted no matter what the age group. There are conversations that can be had around the different virtues no matter the age group. So that's what we do before 10 a.m. And do we necessarily do those every day? Like, for example, review the planner. Maybe we only need to do our planner for the week and then review our goals daily, making sure we're hitting our goals and making sure we're putting tasks in place that's going to help us meet our goals. Let's see, chores, those will rotate. And of course, the daily Bible activities and Bible reading. There was a time when we were doing Proverbs and reading a chapter of Proverbs a day. And then we would have discussions around what we read. And that was interesting. And we did that every day, like for a couple of months. So October 1st, we read Proverbs 1. October 2nd, Proverbs 2, and had conversations around that. And what I found interesting was those conversations changed. And there were new things that stuck out to us and showed itself month after month, even though we were reading the same thing for a few months in a row. So that was interesting. That could be something that you all could try in your school. Let me know if you do and how that turns out. 3 to 5 activities to do around 10 a.m. So read aloud for 30 minutes, play board games for 30 minutes, and then art for 30 minutes. And I had specifically that we do art on Tuesdays. So that was our art day. Had all the supplies or activities, whatever. I like to, and guys, you may want to check this out. Michael's had, and I wish I had it. I'll put a picture up. They had these pre-made kits and they had the easels and all that and the picture up there, and they can just go in and paint and do that. So that will be a great thing. If you're not that artsy and don't have the time or energy and don't want to do all that, do something that's already pre-made. Get you a pre-made art kit, a pre-made picture. It could be coloring books from the dollar store. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be all elaborate. Just do something. It can even be drawing. It can even be tracing, but do something. No excuses. Okay, around 1 to 3 activities daily in the afternoon. So this is independent work and binders, as well as online learning, and then outside. Every day they need to get outside, go play, go do something, jump around on the trampoline, run around the house, like outside, play in the water. Now it's hot. So water activities will be really good to do around this time of the year. But independent work binders, I love those. I will put a link in the description below for the outline of the ones that I created for my children. It was absolutely amazing. I may do a video instead of a link because it's a lot. Anyway, let's move on. So learning loop for 1 hour. This is by day and topic. So investing, Mondays, 1 hour, focus on investing. Survival skills, Tuesdays. History, Wednesday, music, Thursdays, and astronomy, Friday. Again, we sat down, and as a family, I had a conversation with the kids. My husband, what do you guys think? What do you want them to learn? I think my husband was interested in astronomy or mentioned that would be cool for them to look into or learn or something. I can't remember. But The kids bought into it. These are all things that they wanted to do. They helped me pick the days out, and we just roll with it. Okay, so we're going to do this on this day. Yeah, let's do this on this day. They helped me create the whole plan. Involve your kids. Let them buy in. Let them take ownership of how the plan turns out. And more than likely, they will be much more willing to do it. Monthly. So these are things that were important to me. Book reports. I want them to know and understand how to do book reports, how to write paragraphs and structure sentences and all of that. Poetry tea time. Again, that's something I just love. You know, poetry I think is important. In our Royal Scholars magazine, poetry is something that I included as a student feature. So I asked our students to submit poetry that they've written. And so that's always fun to read and to participate in. National park visits, monthly clubs. So again, these clubs could be things like sewing club, leadership club, etc. It just depends. Independent work. It's important for us to understand. I love traveling. I love cultures and like learning about different cultures and things like that. So for us, foreign language, this is independent work. Copy work, I want them to have neat handwriting. As a former traditional school teacher, one of the things that was mind-boggling to me was the lack of the kids couldn't write. Their penmanship was awful. And my last assignment was high school, so I'm talking about high school. When I say chicken scratch, it wasn't legible. You couldn't read it. And so when I homeschooled, for me, that was really important for my kids to have good penmanship. So copy work was something that was important for me. Timelines from Black History. We have this wonderful Black History book. I will put the link for that below. It is an awesome, awesome resource. This is something else that was also important to me. Understanding our history, learning about our history, engrossing ourselves in our history, because I don't think it's taught well in the traditional schools. And that is something that I wanted to make sure my kids understood and that they were very well aware of and they know. And so I have a timeline from the beginning of history to recent timelines from Black history. And it's pretty awesome. So in their independent work, they'll recreate these timelines. They can do it on the computer, using things like Canva, Google Sheets, and things like that, and doing a graphic of it, or they can write it out and print pictures out and things like that, but using that book as a resource. And then independent work is also them working on their book to publish. Now, read-alouds for the year. I chose 10 read-alouds for the year. And again, these are things that are important for my family. These 10 read-alouds for the year are things that I feel that is important. These are skills and information that I want my kids to know. So here you go. Number 1, the Bible, first and foremost. My plan was to read the Bible from beginning to end, start to finish. We did not do that. We didn't get through it. I'm gonna be honest. We didn't get through it. Does that mean you don't keep trying? No, just start again. So Bible, Finance 101 for Kids, Atomic Habits, The Chronicles of Narnia, the series, Rich Kid, Smart Kid, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Vegucation over Medication, The Wealth Choice, Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, 100 African Americans Who Shaped American History, and The Pilgrim's Progress. Those are our 10 read-alouds for the year. That means we will get together as a family and read these books. Lastly, other tools that we plan on using in our homeschool: Bible study, co-ops, music lessons, swim lessons, basketball, cooking weekly, chess, American Heritage Girl, Trail Life Boys, Pizza Hut Book It program, and Pen Pals. I do have a pen pal. I do have a pen pal packet that you can check out below. It is awesome resource. Every year, this is something that my kids, we participated in. And pen pals, I would find them in Facebook groups. There were times when I would create a post and say, hey, if you're looking for a pen pal, sign up here, just put your information below and we'll reach out. Like someone, if you see someone in your child's age range, connect with them. So there were times when I would put posts on Facebook groups or in groups asking for pen pals and things of that nature. Most importantly, the thing to remember is just to be creative, include your child's choices, get their ideas, thoughts, etc. Guys, that is all that I have for you today. The Master Homeschool Plan for the entire year. Do you see how having something like this outlined in black and white just makes it so much easier to plan what your school year will look like? So with that being said, I will have a link for the master plan in the description below. It will be free for the first month, so grab your copy now. Guys, I hope that this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below which resource or what stood out for you in this video. What is something that you're going to grab and take and utilize and implement it in your own homeschool? Was this helpful? What questions do you have for me? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, peace.